Hey, what's up guys? Tougie here, back again, and today we're going to talk about the game plan, or at least the outline that I have for this channel moving forward over the next few weeks. Now that NHL 21 is basically here, at the time of recording this, it's under 9 hours away from being released to everybody who, pre-ordered the game. Of course, it comes out on Friday for everybody else, but there's no real great way to put this. I have plans for content. I hate that word. I have plans for content. I don't know how much of it's going to be NHL 21, which sucks. It's a short-term thing, but it's the reality that we're looking at here, which, as someone who's based this channel around the EA NHL series for the past 5 years, yeah, that's a scary, scary thought, but allow me to explain. The bottom line is it comes down to me not liking the gameplay. I haven't liked the gameplay for a few years. I still don't like the gameplay, which is why you haven't really seen Ultimate Team series from me in the past 2 years or so. It's because I'm just not a fan of the gameplay, whether it be checking, stick lifting, pickups. Here's a clip that's a good example as to why I don't like this game, because of its inconsistency. This is the reason I can't play Be a Pro. This is the reason why I don't like EA SHL. This. Incidental contact, I lose the puck. And then again here, miss the stick lift, that's fine. But right here, incidental contact, stick goes right through, and then incidental contact, the stick goes through on the backswing as well, and it doesn't get knocked loose. I can't play this game. I cannot play this game. So you see that, and then, it's like, okay, Stu doesn't like the gameplay, which rules out me really doing anything World of Chell related. I don't often play it unless I'm guilt-tripped into playing it by, friends who want to actually play. Not a matter of not being good to get good scrub. It's just a matter of, I just don't like the gameplay. I just don't. And for me, for whatever reason, I can play FIFA Pro Clubs and lose all day and not get as aggravated as I do with World of Chell. Maybe it's because I care about hockey more, I know hockey more, but yeah, it's just not fun. It's not. So that rules out World of Chell. Unfortunately, it rules out Be a Pro as well. Now, I really like the changes that they made with Be a Pro, but the biggest part of the mode is the gameplay, and I don't like the gameplay. Now, thankfully, because it's not an online mode, I might be able to edit the sliders around a little bit, especially with the incidental contact slider, but for the most part, I doubt we'll be doing Be a Pro. Ultimate Team, again, not going to be a thing. Don't like the gameplay, so that leaves me with, what you've come to expect from this channel, the staple of this channel, which is franchise mode. And right now, if you watch the roster rundown video, you'll know that franchise mode, for someone who cares about having accurate rosters, is currently nearly impossible unless you just completely throw everything out the window and just say, okay, let's make this as unrealistic as possible. As I knock my headset off my desk, it's fine, don't worry about it. They call me One Take Two for a reason. I'm not editing this garbage. It's not garbage, but I will be editing this garbage in the background. Brought it back. Yeah, like the roster rundown video shows, the rosters are probably in the worst state they've ever been in. And unfortunately, it's in two parts. One part, EA cannot help, and that was that the draft happened just before this game came out on EA Play. So I don't blame them for not having the perfect setup there in terms of all the players who were just drafted being set up well. I do blame them, though, for horrible overalls and horrible potentials. Jamie DRYSDALE, for example, as a prospect who was just drafted, being a medium top 4 is a disgrace when he was a consensus top 5 pick and guaranteed essentially to be one of the top 2 defensemen picked, if not the top defenseman picked, until Ottawa did something crazy, potentially crazy. Yeah, him being a medium 4 is ridiculous. It just is. There's no reason to have him as a medium 4 and then just be like, oh, they're going to adjust it. There was nothing to adjust. Medium elite defenseman. It's pretty straightforward. And then, of course, again, you go through the entire list of what's here within the NHL and the AHL, and it's an absolute nightmare. Now, I do want to throw this out here as well, because there were some people who I don't think are as informed as they think they are. So, one player in particular I was a bit cross about God, what team are you on? Colorado now, that's right. One team I was a bit cross about, one player I was a bit cross about, was Michael Hutchinson being an 80. Now, a lot of people are like, that's not even a good NHL goalie. Allow me to introduce you to this article here. Tougie, this is from NHL 18. This is from literally 2017. It is still relevant in terms of how EA sets up their rosters, or at least what the guideline is in-game for how a backup goalie is decided, a third line forward between a third line scoring forward, checking forward. This is how it's decided. These are the overall ranges that they've based the game on for the past couple of years. An 80 overall goalie is a high-end backup goaltender. And if you played NHL 20 franchise mode, you'll know that guys between like a 78 and an 82 were probably the best goaltenders to have because they always seem to perform well. And of course, you didn't have to pay them big money. So to say that I'm just being dramatic by saying that Michael Hutchinson's rating is offensive, no, I'm not, because it is, by definition, offensive. He is much, much higher rated than somebody should be with his stat line over the past couple of seasons. That's no disrespect to Michael Hutchinson, Bruins draft pick. I thought he was going to be the guy in Boston once upon a time, but you get the point. It's just not good. So for me right now, in terms of what I can do on NHL 21, the answer is nothing. There's nothing that I can do, that I want to do. I'm stuck until EA decides that, oh, okay, well, here we go. Here's the update. There's nothing I can do until they assign all the proper draft rights to the players that were just selected. And then that way I can get to editing. I can handle free agency myself, but I have to change some of these overalls. I have to. It creates a butterfly effect in the game. It does, with how they've touted, oh, well, here's how the AI GMs handle and conduct themselves. Someone like Drew Doughty being a 91 overall, when he absolutely should not be, has a butterfly effect on the game and can dictate how the LA Kings play or how that AI GM manages things throughout the course of franchise mode, and it ruins the experience for me. So there will, of course, be franchise mode series on this channel this year. I just don't know when. I don't. Maybe I will go through with the totally unrealistic type of idea, although, you know, even then when we do like a draft of glory or something like that, I still have overalls and potentials in a much more, in my opinion, and apparently in a lot of people's opinions, a much more accurate setup. So we'll see what happens with NHL 21. We'll see when content gets started on the channel. That's not to say that this channel is going to be dormant. I'm still going to be uploading stuff. I'm, of course, going to be talking about real-life hockey stuff, whether it be, I'm going to have a video coming out either today or tomorrow talking about, free agency. I have a big new series starting up at the end of the week to coincide with the worldwide release of NHL 21 that I think you guys are going to like a lot. So, yeah, I'm still going to be here. There's still going to be videos. Unfortunately for me, though, just with the way EA's done this, someone who's, in my position, I'm not going to be able to strike while the iron's hot on NHL 21. So, hey, I've come to terms with that. It's fine. We'll do the best we can. I just wanted to keep you guys updated and informed as to what is going on around these parts. So, again, I will see you guys soon. NHL franchise mode will be on the channel at some point, hopefully in the near future.